Dear learners, in this video we are going to see about the poem Enterprise, written by Nazim Ezekiel. So the contents which are going to be discussed in this video are the introduction about the poem, then author citation, followed by poem text and its summary. Later we are going to see the poem themes, finally the concluding session. The introduction. The Nazim Ezekiel is an Indian poet who is famous for writing his poetry in English. After post-colonial era, only a few writers tend to write in English because English is a colonial language. So among them, he is one of a notable poet or writer who have given his contribution towards Indian writing in English. He was only 28 years old when he brought the turning point in post-colonial Indian literature towards modernism. So most of his works were more or like educating Indians among the superstitious belief and the traditional Indian cultures which we keep on following. The meaning for the word enterprise is taking up a risky or hard task to accomplish. So if you are taking a hard task or a risky task to accomplish, then it is called as an enterprise. Then let us see biodata or some information about the author. So Nazim Ezekiel was born on 16 December 1924. He was a Jewish Indian. He have received Sahitya Academy Award and Padma Shri, two of the most prestigious awards in India. He completed his BA Literature in Wilson College, Mumbai, and later he did his philosophy at Birkbeck College, London. His famous works are Night of the Scorpion, Latter Day, Enterprise, at Time to Change, etc. He died on 9 January 2004. Now the poem text goes like this. Enterprise. It started as a pilgrimage, exalting minds and making all the burdens light. The second stage explored but did not test the call. The sun beat down to match our rage. We stood it very well, I thought, observed and put down copious notes on things the peasants sold and bought. The way of serpents and of goats, 3 cities where the sage had thought. But when the differences arose on how to cross a desert patch, we lost a friend, whose stylish prose was quite a best of all our batch. A shadow falls on us and grows. Another phase was reached when we were twice attacked and lost our way. As section claimed its liberty to leave the group, I tried to pray. Our leader said he smelled the sea. We noticed nothing as we went, a strangling crowd, a little hope, ignoring what the thunder meant, deprived of common needs like soap. Some were broken, some nearly went. When finally we reached the place, we hardly know why we were there. The trip had darkened every face. Our deeds were neither great nor rare. Home is where we have to gather grace. From the first stanza, the author says that everything starts with a pilgrimage. So the exalting minds, so the minds which were determined to achieve something, they are making on a journey as a pilgrimage. So the second stage, they had some obstacles like the sun which is matching their rage, because after some times when they feel like they couldn't reach the place, so they will be feeling some anger arousing them, that how far we are keep on traveling but yet we are not reaching the place. So those kind of rages were matched by the sun's heat. So in the second stanza, the author says that we stood it very well, I thought, observed and put down the copious notes on things the peasants sold and bought. So while they were traveling, they are just keeping their pace. They are just keep on moving with their own energy level. After that, some persons they are keep on taking some notes. So the notes is all about what the peasants sold and bought during their journey. Like a way of serpent. Serpent means it is a snake. So, and like a goat, they are just going in the same path and they are keep on taking the notes of whatever things they have sold and whatever things they have brought. And now they are getting into the three cities which are already mentioned by the sages about those three places. Then, but when the difference arises on how to cross a desert patch, we lost a friend whose stylish prose. So now they are in travel through a desert. So when we are traveling through the desert, the one who gave the motivation, the one who is keep on leading the group, the person who is being an example for others to take in this path, he just leaves the crowd. He just quits the journey. As soon as he quits, the other people, they lost their energy of following or doing their best to reach the determined place. So there everyone, they just created a shadow, they just creating a grief that they won't be able to reach the determined place. And then fourth stanza, another phase we reached where they were twice attacked and lost our ways. So now they are being attacked twice. This attack can be of some natural calamities or from the robbers or from some animals which they are tend to meet on the way of their journey. Section claimed its liberty to leave the group. I tried to pray. Our leader said he smelled the sea. So when they were being attacked, some people, they just gave it as reason and they just left the group and quit the journey. And yet the leader, he started to pray. The author is praying, then the leader is saying that he sensed the smell, he smelled the smell of sea. So he is just giving some hope that he is having a smell of sea, so that they are just getting near to the determined place. But in the next stanza, we noticed nothing as we went, a strangled crowd of little hope, ignoring what the thunder meant, deprived of common needs like soap. Some were broken, some merely bent. So after that, finally, the last group of people, they are just traveling with the least hope, ignoring the others, ignoring the thunder, ignoring the external circumstances. They are just keep on traveling without even considering their possessions of common needs like soap. They are not considering what they have. They are not conscious about what they have for eating, what they have for drinking, what they have to clean themselves. They are just with a little hope, without any consciousness. They are just keep on traveling with little hope. The last stanza, when finally we reach the place, we hardly know why we were there. The trip had darkened everyone's face. So, by this hardship, by taking the struggling journey, once they reach the determined place, they should be feeling happy. Instead of that, everyone are feeling sad and dark that they haven't achieved anything. So, this hardened journey didn't let them to even enjoy the bliss of their success. So only after that they realized that home is where we have to gather grace. So it is finally they are coming to the conclusion that it is not that we have to go to this place or that place to gather grace. Even within the home, the place where we have the peace, the place where we can gather ourselves is the place which we will get grace upon it. So finally, here comes the conclusion of the poem with a summary. The themes of the poem. So there are several themes, but to be accurate, the first theme is the journey of the life. So here the pilgrimage is considered as a journey of the life which we are taking by pursuing something. Then the idealism and reality. By considering it may be true or fake one, but considering or believing it strongly and pursuing it to achieve it, this is the idealism. But in reality, it might differ. So the third theme, traditional practices and culture. In India, we are having a huge traditional practice and culture of how we are doing the things. For example, the way of eating with the banyan leaf, the way of getting into the house by using the right leg in the front. But similarly, these are some kinds of practices which we practice in India, and the culture which differs among each states and communities. The Indian contemporary belief. In here, the contemporary mentions the period of the author's life duration. So in those days, these kind of superstitious beliefs were too strong and the myths were too unbreakable that if someone says that this is the idea, this is the concept, and this is the belief, everyone must follow that. No one can go against it. Even though we have a developing science and technologies, we have a scientific reason or proof for doing that, yet they prefer to go with the spiritual superstitious belief. Finally, spiritual misbelief. India is known for the place of spiritual misbelief because here the Indians have the practice of hurting themselves in returns to get a good deeds from God. For example, rolling all around the temple, piercing some hard rod within their mouth, and carrying a heavy load, and or piercing some hooks within their body and traveling or carrying the chariot back of them. So these kind of hurting oneself to get a good deed from God, this kind of spiritual misbelief is being practiced in India. And similarly, in this poem, they are trying hard journey to reach the God. They can even reach the God by staying their home and just remembering Him. But yet they prefer to travel a lot to get the spiritual idea of God. Now then, the poem analysis, critical analysis, or the initial activities of a pilgrimage of juxtaposed with those in the final stage as the pilgrims turn into a strangling crowd of little hope. So first, when they start everything, they are too enthusiastic as well as full of energy to achieve their goal in their determined destination. But yet, as they pursue their journey, stage by stage, each crowd or each group of people started to lose their hope and just left the crowd of pilgrimage. Finally, only a little crowd with little hope were able to reach their destination. There are many symbols used in this poem. For example, enterprise is a symbol of taking a hard and risky task to be done. Then the pilgrimage is in the poem symbolizes our life, the journey which we are taking to reach our entirety. Then the crowd of the pilgrimage symbolizes the group of men who undertake to achieve common goal. Most of our common goal is to achieve wealth or to achieve name and pride or to live a happy life. So the people with a common goal, how they travel throughout their life, is being symbolized with the term crowd of pilgrims. Then the sun is a symbol of hostility. Then the desert path is a symbol of hardship and obstacles which they took to reach their destination. The sentence that a shadow falls on us and grows is a symbol of difference between the opinion of the people who are with a heavy willpower and who are with a wavering mind. Then the stands a strangling crowd of little hope symbolizes the people with will, courage or less focus to reach their goal. Thunder is a symbol of man's inner voice which is motivating him to move further and further. Finally, home symbolizes remaining rooted to the soil or remaining truth to oneself. That's it. We have learned enough about the poem Enterprise about Nazim Hezekiah in this video. Thank you.